moving within an organization and moving up, you're obviously only concerned about your job and your KRAs and what you're supposed to do. And then suddenly you experience that possibly because of where you come from and who you are, there is also other things which are playing around. And which is gender and multiple things, which is why I mean the whole conversation, like a lot of people, senior CEOs sometimes tell me, Sunil, why are you talking about gender? There is nothing called gender vendor. It's all the same. Everybody's the same. Everybody comes, works, goes. I'm like, well, no, because now you see a lot of this research which is saying, right, this year, a lot of companies are taking back their D&I policies, saying that we're not going to invest in it. And I'm trying to make an argument for the case. How would you make an argument to somebody who's saying, "Oh yeah, enough, ab chalte hain"?
Yeah, I mean, gender wouldn't have mattered at all if meritocracy was a level playing field. But meritocracy does not exist in the form that is envisioned right now, because until you go through social justice to get to equity, only then you'll get to equality. To presume that we're already at equality, there's enough statistics, numbers, data to show that we're not there yet. Right?
Yeah.
Gender, of course, plays a role. Even today, people are called diversity hires. We saw that in the campaign through and through. Everybody is a diversity hire has become like a, like a stereotypical term to really say somebody is not worth their grain of salt.
Correct.
Which is absurd, because here is somebody who comes with that kind of credibility, who comes with that kind of backing, etc. That's one, right? Two, to say gender doesn't matter is your privilege. To you, gender does not matter. Because in all probability, the world that we already navigate in is a very cis-het white male world. The supremacy of cis-het white male is very ingrained. So for you to say meritocracy, you are leaving out an entire ecosystem. You're talking about maybe 2% of the population when you're saying it's a meritocracy.
Yeah.
Now, when you look at women leaders, you still know what the numbers are of women leadership position. When you're looking at the kind of things that women have to jump and hoop through, when you look at health data in association with, leadership data, etc., women in leadership positions, or generally women, are more prone to autoimmune disorders. You'll see Asian women having a lot more of those. You'll see Black women, dealing with a lot more intense physical cardiovascular health problems. There's enough data to show that it's a very inequitable world. So for you to say that, well, I'm in my head, when people are referring to these things, it just shows that they want to regress back into a time where they controlled the narrative. And this lack of control that they're having over the world that they're in, whether it's climate change, whether it's DEI, whether it's racism, whether it's, politics that's playing out in different ways, whether it's wars, all of it is connected. And when you look at that, you need the different voices to rise up and to talk about the problems. Because as a cishet white male, your problems are very limited, and you can choose to say climate change doesn't exist, and you will get away with it. Whereas when you're intersectional in your identity, when you have been a woman in a workplace, when you're a Black woman or an Asian woman in a workplace, when you're a single mother in a workplace, or when you're a single woman with no children in a workplace, each of these intersectional identities has something very deeply connected to how your trajectory goes. And when you look at meritocracy, when you look at the number of women dropping out of the workforce, when you constantly affirming these ideas of this very